stability questions. The idea of like, you know, maybe I should like get grounded or something. You know? Like, maybe I just need like this song keeps coming in my head. Sometimes all I want is a job and a God and a wife. Lately I've been thinking some stability would probably be nice. And then I started thinking about like what God and a job and a wife is, you know, and I'm like, you know, like a wife's kind of like another mom, and like, you know, God is like a shortcut to thinking. A job with, like, I think of a job as like a job with a boss, you know, like you have you know, no control over what you're doing, and I'm like, fuck, I don't want any of that. I feel like, but if I don't have any of that, if I don't have any of those things, you know, like all the responsibility of my life is on my own shoulders. And that sucks too.
You have no one to blame.
Yeah, exactly.
Drink.
I was gonna say something else about that, maybe. Yeah, on my shoulders, and okay, so my goal then, I feel like, is just to do what's satisfying to myself, you know, like I'm probably gonna still have to work as hard, you know, as I possibly can at all times, and yeah, so I wrote this song last week, and I was thinking about like that feeling of like, you get home, you're like, okay, I like finally take off my shoes, and like, you know, put my feet in the carpet, and I'm like, yeah, I did good today. It was a long day. That whole idea, and I'm like, I call that fresh shaggies. I'm like, got my fresh shaggies. Yeah. So, this is the fresh shaggy song.
We can't tell if you messed up or not. I've never heard.
All right. So the next story here I'm going to tell is a little one about it gets a little bit. It's a story within a story, right? All right. So think about this. Like you have this idea that all right, the world's a big place. There's a lot of people disagreeing about a lot of things right now, and you have this like two sides of yourself. You have like your narrating self and your experiencing self, and one of them's telling you it's like, well, I'm just gonna do this because it's great, but your narrating self's like, I gotta set an alarm clock, like I gotta like actually do something, And I feel like the same thing is happening like in the world like on a larger scale right now between like this idea of like this global like concern of like the climate and like automation and like all these different questions that nobody knows how to do, and then everyone's going backwards to like nationalism, and like this idea is like, well, that's the last thing that worked, so let's do that, like so. You have it harkens back to the proverb of the prodigal son, right? And you have this idea where the father has two sons, and one of them, he's like, oh, it's time to give you guys my inheritance because I want to see you like have fun while I'm still alive anyway. And the one like goes out and snorts cocaine off the stripper's tits, and then the other one stays home and just does farm work all day, And it's like, I'm a good son, I'm staying home, And then prodigal son gets tired. He's like been out there on the road dogging it way too long, He's getting all strung out and worn out and done with his whole life. And then he comes home, the prodigal son has returned and his father is happy and joyous and kills the fatted calf. And that story makes absolutely no sense when you think about it from the terms of, like, why would you, like reward the bad one, like, until you think of it as like, you're the father in the story, and the two parts of you are the different sons, right? And the part of you that is your experiencing self, the one that needs to go out and explore and adventure in the world, that's the prodigal son. That's the one that went out there and did all kinds of crazy shit just because he needed to do it to see it, right? And then the other one is your narrating self, and that's the one you're telling your story to. Like, you're like, okay, well, in my life, this is what I'm doing, but you're out there like going crazy, and you come back home and you're like, okay, but I really gotta focus. So those are your two sides, and that's like the basis of overarching like narrative. That's all narratives right there, like that idea that you have one self that goes crazy, other self stays home, and then your crazy self has to come home, and that's the whole kind of arc, right? So this song, going back to the whole globalism idea, it's a song I played at the protest night over in Norwalk the other day. And it's about climate change, and I was over there talking to the congressman, Jim Jordan. It was like 70 degrees outside, and it's February. And I was like, February's hot, trying to get everyone to get out. Like, this is going to be an awesome chant. I know it. it's climate change. It's pretty hot in February. Said everything's fine, I don't even believe it. Alley cat lobbyist bellowed in the grapefruit moonshine. I mean, it's hot in February in Ohio, growing grapefruits out here, citrus fruits growing on the vine. No, keep on, build that ark, 'cause the water's gonna keep on rising. We need to do something going on, get some pipe dreams going on a napkin somewhere. Get all them businessmen biting and barking, all them engineers and scientists sparking. Write this down like a Da Vinci noodle or something, man. Too much oregano on the noodle. And when it was cold, she needed someone to hold. I'm not too shy, overly embarrassed to admit I'm willing to oblige. Congressman said everything's fine, I don't believe it. Alley cat lobbyist bellowed in the grapefruit moonshine. It's a bad world, bad. Society's completely unhinged. It's bad, man. February's hot. Yeah, I'm starting to slow down my old age, you know. It's like sometimes all I want is a God and a job and a wife. Anyway, this is a story about my dad. This is the greatest story ever, by the way.